Joining us now to discuss this, Chris Stone, faith-driven consumer founder and brand strategist, Skyping in from Raleigh, North Carolina. Chris, it's good to have you. What is the impact of this Exodus controversy on the box office? What do you think is going to happen here among viewers of faith?
Well, I think it's pretty simple. We did a national survey, a scientific survey, a few months back. The result of that is 75% of Americans, that's not just Christian Americans, that's all Americans, indicated that they really would like to see the movie Exodus if it's biblically accurate. We asked the question in the inverse. If, in fact, the movie is not biblically accurate, would you have an interest in seeing it? It's 68% said no. 75 positive if it's accurate, 68% negative if it's not. I think that's a pretty good indication that this movie will leave millions on the table as a result of its inaccuracy.
Chris, your group will be reviewing Exodus next week as part of your faith-friendly film reviews. What criteria are you basing your reviews on?
Well, we're going to look at the movie through the lens of a faith-driven consumer. That is, faith-driven consumers, by definition, are a subset of the overall Christian market. As such, these are people whose faith is a significant enough part of their life that it influences their daily decisions, including the content that they consume. We're looking at it for biblical accuracy, biblical appropriateness, how well it's going to engage the consumers, you know, as the content. We actually have a criteria set, but basically, is a faith-driven consumer going to find this movie desirable, looking at it through their lens? And we actually are going to view the movie tomorrow.
Oh, so you're really going to see it in full tomorrow. You know, the challenge is, in something as sweeping as this, to make the cut, so to speak, isn't there a little bit of dramatic license, even for a story from the Bible? Got about a minute left here, Chris.
Sure, absolutely. We understand that Ridley Scott and the people at Fox have the right to make whatever movie they want in the way they want to. And there are some areas where you'll need to have license. However, depicting God as a petulant 11-year-old child, that's how the New York Times described it, to completely write out the character of Aaron and fundamentally to make it not about God, but about Moses. In the movie, God comes and says to Moses, hey, I need a general. A faith-driven consumer knows that God didn't need a general. God did this thing all on his own. It showed his sovereignty, and that was the real point of it. So I think that's going to be the issue for most faith-driven consumers.
Briefly now, do you think this is going to end up being the new Noah, where we had problems with the Noah film last year? 10 seconds.
Probably so. Fox has approached it a little differently, but
well, we heard probably so, and then the Skype froze. But we do appreciate Chris Stone and know that was not divine intervention. That was just a problem with the Skyping line. Chris Stone, faith-driven consumer expert from Raleigh, North Carolina. Thanks very much. Always controversy about these different films.
Right. Well, a lot of the controversy has been over the so-called whitewashing and the hiring of the actors. Yeah,
well, people are talking, and that's what Hollywood loves to see. Yes. We're going to be back to talk and report and opine tomorrow. See you at 9 in the East, 6 a.m. in the West. For now, stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.